name is Beverly Smith, and I'm from London, Kentucky. And I love IGOT communities.
Okay.
Oh, I'm Kim Kelly, and I'm from Everett, Kentucky. That's the southeastern part of Kentucky. And
I'm Peggy Kelly, her mother. Excuse me. And I'm from Harlan, Kentucky, and I've lived here all my life. And I love it. There's no better people in the world than Kentucky people, especially Harlan. And Kim kept talking about IGOT and playing bingo and how Debbie had helped her and everything. And so I have got on a few times and come to the expo and won some prizes, which is great. And
my name is Gail Jones. I'm from London, Kentucky. And a friend of mine was here one evening, Janet, and she just asked me, would I like to be on IGOT Communities? I'd never heard of it. And so she explained, and I was real excited, and she got me set up, and I got on the first time by myself. She showed me how, and I'm a little bit nervous, but I've loved it. I have just, the people I've met, it's just been such a blessing. The whole thing, I live by myself. So I had company every day, and I've loved it ever since.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
I'm Judy Brenner, and I live in Whitley City, Kentucky. And I was first introduced to IGOT Communities through Beverly Jane's Fried Apple Pies. I saw her on Facebook making apple pies, and I thought, well, that's Beverly Jane. She's making apple pies. And so I just sent her a text and told her that I had watched the video, and it was great because I could so connect with what all that she was doing and the people she's talking about. And she immediately answered back, you know, that it was IGOT Communities. And within, I know, 10 minutes, Debbie Gilbert texts me. Beverly got a hold of her immediately. And before the sun went down that afternoon, Debbie and Jenny came to where I live out in Whitley City and signed me up. And it has went from there. A lot of people meeting, and I've enjoyed my time and everything about it. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm Janice Wesley, and Judy Brenner is my mother. and once that she found out about IGOT Communities, she phoned me immediately and told me, because she knew what a gambler I was. I would rather go to a casino than anywhere, just about.
Her mother wanted to be in church, but she wasn't letting me say that.
And so I looked into it, and I thought, well, you know, that does look like a lot of fun. And those that know me know that I am critically ill. I don't get to go a lot of places, just to the doctor is all I get to go. So for me to have this wonderful, as Gail put it so graciously, company come into my house and talk to me every day and play bingo with me every day is so important. And it keeps me happy, even with my sister Judy.
So for both of you, I know your sisters, Janae and Joyce, and I'm going to have them on sometime because both of them have personally called me and said, I can tell you this much, IGOT Communities has literally saved both of their lives. And they have been very gracious. Okay, what about you, Linda? How did you find out?
We started out going to the big expos when they were at the community center. So I don't know how many years ago that's been, but that's how I got started. And then I got my sister and my friend and a few other people I referred. And So we all enjoy playing bingo. And when I also did the exercise group, and I love that group.
Yeah.
I'm Evelyn Johnson, and I live in Lisbon, Ohio. And this is where I was originally born at, and not in Lisbon, but in a small town north of here, and not like Kentucky people. And so I would be alone a lot, and not having family in the area, it was difficult. Well, Carol, I got the stimulus check from our president, Mr. Trump, and I bought myself a Chromebook. And Carolyn says, "You have to go on bingo now." Yeah, I will. So anyway, she called me when she won the big expo and was just jumping off of the joy. I mean, oh my God. So I got in and she gave me the address, she gave me the telephone number, and I called, talked to Debbie, and got hooked up in that. And just about the first or second time that I was on Zoom and that, and got the Zoom and stuff and that, I said something to Debbie, "Could I stay on afterwards a little bit?" And Debbie said, "Yes." She says, "It's at 2:00 in the afternoon." She says, "You don't have to," And I told Carolyn. So we stayed on, and that's the first time we had seen each other in over 5 years. And she had went through breast cancer and that kind of stuff. And I saw a picture of her with her son when she was as bald as he was, and this kind of stuff and that. So to sit there and see her, because we were so close together, and I says, and that kind of stuff. But the other people I've met, there's one person down at the bottom of the screen that's been very quiet, and that's Miss Jay-Z. She has sent me some of those beautiful cards just for nothing. Debbie has sent me little notes and that kind of stuff and that. Linda Storm has been fabulous. And the two crazy ladies that kept the ball rolling and that kind of stuff was Janice and Judy.
My name's Jeannie Zanin, or better known as Jay-Z. And I went to the first IGOT Communities event she had at the community center, that Debbie had at the community center back in 2019. I was invited to do a card class. And I liked what I saw there. And then I went home, and then a few days later, I called Debbie up to find out more information and how I could get involved. And so I've been involved ever since. I'm finally old enough to say I'm in the IGOT Communities group this year.
So let's talk for just a minute about the parts that you're involved in. What are you involved in, and what do you like most? So you don't have to say everything you're involved in, but what are you involved in, and what do you just have the most fun doing?
Who? Me?
Anybody?
Well, me, I want to be in maybe 6 weeks. I want to be on the exercise and that kind of stuff, but I'm having surgery in like 5 days, so we're working on that. But the one thing that I really enjoyed is tea time. Going on and at 2:00 on Saturdays, which I haven't done for a little bit because of my issues, that it is enjoyable to sit there and to talk to Tony and Linda Bailey and Babs and Teresa and that, because it's like this. It's just a small little group, and yes, you're doing, and that's just, and there's no overlapping with like it is sometimes on bingo and that. And I says, because when you get up to 25, 30 people all together, you want to say hi to everybody, or you want to welcome everybody. Or when Susan Downey comes on, I just love when she comes on because she's our air traffic controller.
Love that. Oh, I love
And
that.
always got a smile.
Always got a smile on her face, and she's our air, and that's the way I greet her in that, because of traffic controller and that. So I says, I haven't been participating in the other things, but the tea time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tea time for you, it's just social chatting, okay?
It is. It's meeting people and having them talk about things and finding out that Tony, I love that woman. She calls me and I call her, and I'll tell you what, I says, she doesn't portray herself as being like smart as a whip, but I tell you what, she is, and she is a crackerjack. She's a yes.
She's
met a
great.
lot of people like that, that it's like, yes.
One of my favorite things is the relationships that we build within the community itself.
Yes.
Every one of us has made new friends, and we've got long lasting friendships and some that we've never there's some ladies that we've never ever met at all, but we feel like we know them and know them just as good as if they walked in the door.
Mhm.
And listen, we would especially know that if we hear their voice. We may not be able to identify a face as quick, but you let us hear a voice, because above anything else, we hear a voice. One of the things that I have so enjoyed and never would have thought about it unless I had been involved in IGOT community has been the personality, the different personalities of everyone. And thinking about that after we got off of IGOT, or through the week, thinking about a personality and thinking about, if I was not a part of IGOT community, I would have never of identified these traits. Everybody's not like me, and so you think that when you sit here by yourself, and then hey, you meet the world, you meet the different personality. It has been great. And I last night I referred, and I agree, like-minded individuals, and which has put a positive attitude in me in deciding, okay, how do I want to respond? Or how do I want to, what reflection do I want to have back whenever that I'm meeting these people? So there's a lot of things that it's brought. How's that?
Yeah. So you love the different personalities and the people.
I do. I love the different personalities of people. And I don't know whether that's because of what I've done in my career, or if that I'm just a people's person. How's that?
Yeah.
Really?
And yes, I am.
Okay. Kim Kelly.
I just find such specialness in so many things. And each little component has just gotten to be more meaningful to me. I've been doing this now about 2 years, and I find that I've grown with you all, grown with the programs. You start things, and then you work on them a little bit and they get better, or you just, the consistency of things. I think of yoga. At first, I heard Debbie say we were going to do this, and I was exercising probably some other time during the day, and I didn't know if I wanted to get up at 8 o'clock. I think she was getting up at 7 to begin with. She changed it to 8, and then I can hear the Lord saying, Kim, you need to get up and try this. And I knew probably that it would be good, but I just didn't realize how good it was going to be for me. The stretching, and you all know I played college ball and stuff and high school ball. My body probably at 60 is pretty tired, where I've worked really hard as an athlete, but the getting up with Tony and Debbie and Debbie's sister and Babs. I mean, you just appreciate so much people getting up with you and doing like the yoga. But then I can go on about Bible study. I'm always so thankful to the Lord for the people and the opportunities that he brings into my life, and just the unexpected ways that happens. It blows my mind sometimes. I'm like, Lord, where did these people come from? Where did Judy Brenner come from? Where Janice come? Where did Evelyn come from? It's just so neat how he's put us together, and just the opportunities. I could go on like Joel. I just think he's so precious, and his programs that he's done for us, and he's just such a kind man, but he's super talented, and he takes time to get on with us and do things, and he does it to a nth degree. I just appreciate everything.
Yeah. Janice?
The one thing that it's done for me is this. You know, we were raised in a wonderful community. Everybody knew everybody. Everybody loved everybody. We all went to the same church, either here or down at the creek. Didn't make any difference. And as I left home, left Kentucky, I lost the sense of community. I lived in Lexington first, New York City second, Florida third, back to Lexington, up to Ashland. There was no such thing as community. But IGOT has brought community back to me. And as my mother will tell you down there, I am developing a sense of caring for people again. I care about what's wrong with them, what they're going through. I have a prayer list for them that I have started because I can't reach out to everybody to touch them like I would like to. But that's my special time. That's my thing.
Yeah.
And thank you for
Well,
bringing it back.
you're welcome. And I think, you know, what the word that you were talking about there is the sense of empathy that we have for each other as we continue to age and go through life. And so I think that we use the word kindness literally as our motto, that we are always kind. And it just has caused our retention rate to be unbelievable. I mean, we have a retention rate in the 90%, which is unheard of. With it doesn't matter in what organization you're in, hardly, but it's just tremendous. Gail, what about you?
Well, I just thank God for the blessing of getting to be in this group. I have came out of myself. I have found my voice in a way I don't think I ever knew. My esteem is so much better. Just the volunteering, and Judy just wouldn't hush till I started doing that. And thank you, Judy Brenner. It's just brought out so much security in myself. And I'm so thankful for that, because I'm old. The next expo's my birthday, girls. Don't forget that.
I'm not gonna let you win. That don't faze me a bit. Happy birthday, Gail. See you on the 22nd.
Don't mean a thing.
But anyway, girls, I thank God for each face. There's nights I go to bed and I just see your faces, and I thank God for each one of you, and that I've got to be a part of all your lives and got to see and know. Little old Kim has been so special. My daddy was born in Harlan in a camp called Yancey. And every time I see you, Kim, I think of my daddy. I mean, he thought this is the most special place in the world. And I'm talking too much, but anyway, I just thank you all.
Beverly, what's your favorite thing?
Gosh, I guess just meeting everybody and meeting people from all over the country. You know, little sweet Eileen, isn't she the sweetest thing ever? She's
Sweetest
just like
thing.
a little ray of sunshine when she comes on smiling. But we have a group of Christian women. Most everybody is. I think there might be a couple that's not, but I think we can be an influence. I think we can share God's love.
Be a light, right?
Be a light. And I don't believe in pushing it on people, but you know, just like the thing with Janice that day, she was so sick and we had the prayer for her.
Mm-hmm.
I I just think that's amazing.
Yeah.
We are a group
Yes.
of women who want to have fun and enjoy. And sure, if we win bingo and we get that $10 Kroger card,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I love it. But
Two
if we don't
times.
win that $10 Kroger card, it's still okay. It's still okay.
Yeah. What about you, Linda? What's your favorite thing?
I like playing bingo. I always have, and I guess I always will. But I like the exercise classes. I like Judy's thing on Tuesdays or Thursdays. I mean, I've gotten several of her recipes and tried them. They're really good. And has made that program versatile to where it goes from this spectrum to this spectrum. And she always tries to come up with new ideas and holidays that and days that I never heard of that we're going to celebrate, and I like that, and I try to go on that as much as I can. And it's not that I don't like, there's nothing I dislike. I just sometimes get busy and I can't get to all the programs that you do and that type of thing. But I really love having IGOT. I
Yeah.
mean, it's put a spunk into me, to where I have something to look forward to. If I don't have anything to do that day, I definitely have something to look forward to and people to talk to. And I've really enjoyed meeting new people, and some people I knew from church that I hadn't talked to much and that kind of thing that I've come to learn and grow and have friendship with them. And it's just been a really good program.
Yeah. JC, what's your favorite thing?
Let me say one thing. I never got to play bingo because my daddy was against gambling. Okay.
I know.
I did not play bingo. So when Jeannie Zanet asked me about it, I was like, so how much does it cost? It's free. So daddy can't be mad at me. I'm playing bingo now. I'm not paying anything. So I'm not gambling.
With what Beverly said, I talked to my son and tried to get his in-laws on it. And he said, there's no such thing as a free. Nothing is free. I said, it's free. And when they had the drawing for the volunteers and I got picked the volunteer and I won $100, I sent him a text about something that happened here. And he called me and I says, oh, by the way, I says, I want a $100 gift card for my IGOT. And he says, why? I says, because I volunteered and played bingo and called bingo. And I says, and it was free, totally free.
Okay, JC, your favorite thing?
My favorite thing is the relationships that you build.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what
Road
it is.
trip.
I think, for me, it is. Yeah. My favorite thing is the relationships, and above all that, even the diversity of the different people, the different states,
Absolutely,
the
absolutely.
different colors, the different religions. It's just everybody is so kind to each other, and that's what's most important to me. Let's move to this. What's the greatest benefits? Some of the benefits of belonging to IGOT communities. How's it helped? Evelyn?
How's it helped? It has, I mean,
Tell your story that you told this week.
Oh, about my getting my bracelet, my necklace. Well, I bought a medical alert necklace to wear because I live alone. I'm afraid I'm going to fall. I didn't realize I had a crushed disc in my back. I thought I had neuropathy from my diabetes. And when I went to the doctor about my feet being so, they feel like they're sizes of elephant feet, and I have to be careful what shoes I wear because I'll twist and fall. So anyway, but I got this. Well, I don't remember telling Debbie that I needed they were charging me. It started out at $25 and it went to $35 for this medallion that's going to be shipped back. And this month it was $59.95 for that medallion. Well, I talked to Debbie and I told her, I says, I want you to go through my insurance plan. So I gave her all the information. She went through. I really think she spent 24 hours on it today. Yeah, because she called me one time and was, you know, and she went through and found this Anthem Med Blue, and she was reading my things of that, and it come down where I got a free. I don't have to pay $59 for a medical alert. Very sensitive.
Wonderful.
If I push it once, I can get an operator to just say that I'm, you know, just to say that my medical alerts were working and that. And they said, yes. If I fall, it picks it up just like that. If, like I said, it has the metallic or metal,
Magnetic.
Magnetic.
that's the word.
Thank you.
I still have to put it over my head like this because I can't get my
Don't
arm.
mess that hair up and move those earrings, Evelyn. You look too
Yes,
good.
yes. And so anyway, so Debbie was going down through all the things, and there was one thing that I can't even, they called and talked to me about it, and I said, can we wait and talk about this later? And they said, yeah, because there's like 9 benefits that I could get. The one was a $500 payment on a ramp while I live in an apartment, but that was one of the perks and the benefit. So anyway, she came down where there was a medical break. I said, yes. I said, that way I don't have to pay that extra money and that kind of stuff and that.
Right.
So anyway, so yesterday, a gentleman, technician guy from Best Buy Health Geek Squad. So I had a geek in my house yesterday. And he came in, set it up, programmed it. I keep it on the nightstand. The nightstand in my room has the top shelf with the lamp, and then there's one underneath it. It's plugged in there. If I fall out of bed, I can reach it. If I need it in the middle of the night, I can reach it. But anyway, and I wear it, shower with it, and it's makes me feel a little bit safer. And what I got did for me and me getting involved with this, it was like I was trapped in my house, especially with the pandemic. I mean, I was 6 weeks without a car because I had gave it to a man to fix it. And in that time, we was in the pandemic, and he wasn't working out like he should and that kind of stuff. And and not one of my neighbors stopped and knocked on the door and said, do you need to go to the grocery store? Do you need milk, bread, that kind of stuff and that? And since I got a communities and got with Martina and Jeanette and that kind of stuff, but you guys got me up in the morning and that kind of stuff. And I can't wait to get this surgery over with, because by gum, I want to do a Texas 2-step.
So I just did
You
the
make sure
math.
you come on,
Yes.
IGOT and do it, Evelyn. I wouldn't miss that for nothing.
So,
I'm gonna do that Texas.
so Evelyn, I just did the math for you. And so by your Anthem plan that you chose when we had AEP, that savings alone is $719.40 a year.
Yeah, I figured
Okay.
that. Yeah.
And so when you're thinking about, all of the benefits that you can have, and that's why we spend so much time teaching you about Medicare benefits. It's the little things like that add up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I had $719.40, I would go buy me a new recliner that I could not have afforded because I needed this fall protection thing. And so, I think I think that is a remarkable benefit. JC, tell your story.
And my husband is disabled, and he had just regular Medicare. We didn't even know there was any other such thing to help with anything. We just knew everything was expensive. And Debbie told us about the Medicare Advantage and got him signed up on that. And we've saved thousands of dollars just over the counter medicines and things that you can pick, from blood pressure cups to allergy medicine, things like that really runs into a lot of money, if you go and buy it out of your pocket. So that has helped us tremendously. And then he also has dental and vision and hearing insurance now that we didn't have before and didn't even know that we could get. So it's saved us a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of headache and a lot of frustration. And that Debbie has done, and with IGOT has already done all the legwork and does it all and helps us with it without us having to do it all by ourselves. And that's a big help right there.
I want to ask a question to see if I'm understanding this correctly now. Evelyn, is Anthem your is it your secondary insurance or is it your main insurance?
So
Deb-
let me help with that.
Debbie?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
When you retire, you're looking at basically three kinds of insurance. You're looking at original Medicare. Original Medicare pays 80% of your Part A and Part B. And then there's something called a Med Sup plan. A Med Sup plan pays that 20% that the original Medicare doesn't pay. So in that case, you have what's called Medicare and a Med Sup plan, and then you get a prescription drug plan. In your situation, because we've talked about your insurance, Judy, you have insurance that is through the state because your husband was a state trooper. And so your plan is very much like a Medicare Advantage plan. However, because the state negotiates their own plan, and that's why you don't give up your plan to try to get a Medicare Advantage plan.
Right, correct.
And so the great thing about a Medicare Advantage plan is all of the major companies really work hard to get seniors the most benefits that they can. Well, in some cases, her plan is going to have things your plan doesn't have because the state negotiates your plan. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
But at the same time, it's very important for you to know your plan.
Right.
To
That's
know
why
if
it
it's
is.
extra benefits, and you call customer service and you say, are there any extra benefits that come along with my plan? Okay. And then if you need help with that, certainly that's where we step in and help you to try to.
Oh, that is great to
and
know.
help
And
you make
I will be.
those calls.
I'll be
Now,
doing my-
so some of the rest of you, who else has received any kind of a Medicare benefit actually in connection with IGOT communities?
I have. Unexpectedly, I had a good insurance and unexpectedly I lost it. So I had to look for something new and you came and helped me and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful plan and I so appreciate you.
Hey, Peggy, what are some things about your plan that have saved you money?
Well, I can get on there and order eye vitamins that have cost me $30 and other vitamins I take. And I spent up my whole thing the first 3 months. And now at the beginning of the year, they increased it to $100 every 3 months. So I've ordered 2 things so far, and the people that you deal with are so nice and sweet. No one talks hateful to you or anything like that. They're just so nice, and I don't understand it, but one fella's in the Philippines. But anyway, everyone has been so nice and helpful, and just makes you feel so good, you know. And I also have the thing that around your neck.
Except it made a place around her neck and she tries not to work.
Kim got me a baby pacifier thing too.
A good idea.
It is a good idea.
Yeah.
But I try to keep it with me. I have had 2 bad falls. I hit my head up in my bedroom on a solid dresser, and but I didn't break anything. And then I fell out my beautician shop right on the asphalt, right on my face. And it took me about 6 weeks to get over that, but I didn't break anything. I've been lucky.
Yeah.
But,
Been blessed.
you know, kept saying blessed. Yeah, I'm blessed with her for a daughter because she's take care of me.
So
It's been a blessing, Judy. You know, I was leery at first. Remember, I was a little leery at first, but I'm really glad that you helped me with it.
Debbie,
okay.
I say?
Judy.
Well, because Judy's
Judy's Janice's mother, remember that.
My mother.
Kim, you were talking, I know you have Anthem and you're a retired school teacher. But you were talking about two of the benefits that you really enjoy with your plan. And would you share those?
One of the things is I have a care manager who is a nurse and a dietitian. I had to go to the emergency room about 4 years ago, just due to sometimes in our town, we don't have any other option. So we go to the emergency room, but the insurances try to keep you out of the emergency room, other places. So they called and gave me, no, I won't say they gave me a lecture, but then in that they said, is there anything that we can do for you? And I was thinking, and I said, well, my weight, sometimes I go up and down with my weight. Well, little did I know, 4 years ago, they started working with me, the care manager, first of all, and then she referred me to the dietitian, one of the dietitians. So the last 4 years in April, I will have talked to them. I talked to the care manager, nurse lady, every 3 weeks, and I talked to the dietitian every 4 weeks. They go over my stats, my labs. If that's one thing I would encourage somebody to do, is get your labs so you can see what's happening with your body at least every year or maybe every 6 months if you can. But anyway, we go over blood pressure, we go over our weight, we go over just everything. And they've kind of changed my whole eating habits. We've worked on that. We've worked on the first thing the nurse said to me. She says, you need to be exercised. She said 7 days a week. I said, well, I've been pretty good with that throughout my life. I said, I will go 6. I will take 1 day off. But, they stay on your case about stuff, not in a mean way. These are 2 very practical women. And I have really enjoyed just getting to have a good relationship with them. I inquire about their families and they tell me a little bit, but we're always on task. About it. They ask you if you have any trouble with your medicines or any reason you can't get your medicine. Are your doctors in the same place? Can you get to your doctors? They're always concerned about everything.
And so that's one of the benefits of your plans. But if you don't understand that you have free access to the nurse and to other community education, I know, Judy, you've been involved in your community diabetic education.
Getting ready.
With my other plans, I get extra help on my thing. And I take 1 shot a week and I get 3 boxes with 4 shots in it. And that's what I take every Wednesday. I give myself a shot and that kind of stuff. And that has helped. And I only pay $13
because of your extra help.
Yes, because of my, and that kind of stuff.
Do you know what that would have cost?
I've never looked into it, but I know it's like a tier 2 or 3. You know what I mean? And that kind of stuff. But most of my prescriptions are $0. A few of them are maybe $6. So all total, I take 11. Mm-hmm. And but I'm so happy about it is my doctor's going to cut back 3 of them: blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes. As soon as I get myself back to, I'm good with having all these nuts and bolts and cashews put in me and whatever he's going to do to me and that. She said, that's what we'll do and that kind of stuff. And my blood pressure was great. She did an EKG. It was great. My A1C is down to 6 points and that kind of stuff. And since last year at December, I've lost 56 pounds. And when the doctor told me I had to lose weight, he wanted me, and I didn't know what he wanted me down to. He just said BMI. And I called his nurse and I said, BMI, MGM, what's the difference? Tell me. She says, he wants you down to 215 pounds. And I says, okay. Today I'm down to 218.
Awesome for you.
So I
Awesome
lost,
for you.
I lost almost, for the time he told me, I lost 20 pounds.
Right.
And eating a lot of those green beans from Kentucky and hard-boiled eggs and, no carbs, kind of stuff. So, but
Does anybody else have stories about your medication or anything that has been especially helpful?
Definitely better to pay $3 or $4 when you go to the drugstore to pick up your medicine rather than it being $100 and some and you can't afford it.
Or $220.
Yeah.
And that's what I have to
Can't
pay
afford to
for
pick it up,
God, I tell you, yeah. I
Yeah.
can't pay that on that.
So all the extra help is really helping a lot of our
Yes.
people.
yes.
Absolutely.
All right,
Let's
let's end this up by saying, if you could say to somebody, why join IGOT Communities as briefly as you could say it, what would you want to say to somebody?
Why not?
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Become a part of a family.
Yeah.
Become a part of a family.
Or a
Mhm.
Part of the
community.
community.
Either one you choose
Yeah.
to say, either one you want. It's just kind of like my preacher says, your cup can runneth over or it can stay empty. That's the same way with IGOT. Your cup can run over or it can stay empty or half empty,
Yeah.
Like Janice said that she had no sense of community wherever she lived. And I didn't either. I says, I've lived in Ohio twice. I've lived in Minnesota for 25 years. I lived in Kentucky for 20, and I didn't have no sense of community, no sense of friends.
You lose it.
You lose it. And where this has put it all together in a big, beautiful ball of wax with a wonderful bow and a card that Jay-Z made special.
Thank you.
Well,
I would say if you want to gain an appreciation for some of the finer things in life, get on IGOT Communities.
What an excellent statement.
And join.
Amen. Yes.